welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk more mommy. And this is my first video for the channel, so it's not going to be too long. I'm just going to give you a background of why I decided to start everything and why I decided to do it. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Ashanti and I'm 28 years old. I'm basically from Augusta, Georgia, but I was born in North Carolina. And I'm just going to give you like a little background of why I decided to do anything. So first I'm going to start off with my pregnancy stories, basically just to give you, an overview. So I have two children. My son Roderick is 5 years old and my daughter Queen is almost 4. She'll be 4 actually on the 25th of this month, May. So I'm gonna start with my first pregnancy story. I'm just gonna start with my son. So before I found out I was pregnant with him, because I had him in 2015. So when I found out I was pregnant with him, actually in 2014, 2 weeks prior to me finding out that I was pregnant with him, I actually got into a car accident. On the 4th of July 4th, 2014. So I got into a car accident and basically I was hit on my side and, I suffered some neck injuries, and then, after that was like the first accident I've been in, and I wasn't driving or anything, but it hit on my side. So basically, that was the first accident that I've been in. And it definitely kind of like scared me. It made me be more thankful. I mean, I was already thankful, for life anyway, but sometimes when certain situations happen to you, it makes you become more thankful, right? So that happened. I went through that. Then a couple weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. When I found out I was pregnant with my son, I was actually 4 weeks pregnant. And I mean, how I found out, basically, the norm, I missed my period, and for me, I'm usually regular on my period. So when I missed my period, I knew something was like off and wrong, and I was like, wait a minute, like that's weird. Why did my period not come? So I actually, I went to the ER because I was cramping like really, really bad, but still wasn't no period, but I was cramping really bad. Like, it was unbearable. Like, I was bent over. So I went to the ER, and they basically was like, they basically tested me and then found out I was pregnant. And when they told me, I was 4 weeks pregnant. So, yeah. So I had, I went through that. When I found out I was pregnant, I was so scared and nervous. And I just was like, I was just really scared because I didn't really know what to expect. Like, you find out you're pregnant, you're like, oh my gosh. I'm still young now, but I was much, a little bit younger then. So I was definitely scared and nervous, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I gonna be able to handle being a parent? Like, am I gonna be able to handle this? So and so that happened, and I went through all of that, and went through the as the months started to go on, I was like, okay, I started to accept, like, okay, I'm having a son, it's it's fine. And then luckily, thankfully I had a lot of support, so it made it a little bit easier to deal with. So I have my son or whatever. So when it was close time to me actually about to have him, like close to like my last appointments, when I went to like I think one of my last doctor's appointments, when I got checked, I was only about, when they checked to see how much I dilated, I had only dilated like 1 centimeter. And they were already kind of scheduling to, they were wanting me to dilate, because they were, even if I didn't dilate, they were kind of going to take him a little early anyway, just because of, you know, me being diabetic. So they basically went ahead and was like, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and take, you know, the child. So well, you know, it was gestational diabetes, but they said since diabetes runs in my family, they were already going to do that anyway, and I'm already, you know, pre-diabetic, so they went ahead and basically was like, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and take the child. So so I was only dilated 1 centimeter, so they went ahead and sent me over to the hospital. I got to the hospital, they had, you know, basically induced my labor because, you know, I was only dilated 1 centimeter. So they induced my labors. I started having like contraction pains, and whoa, contraction pains. Ugh. I mean, all my mothers out there, you know how them contractions can be. Like, yeah, they were really something serious, and it was honestly just like a lot. Like, I was like, you know, they induced me that because I had them on a Wednesday, so they induced me that Tuesday night. I had to be there like by 6:30 or 7 in the evening, so they induced me that night. So by the time I woke up Wednesday morning, yeah, those contractions were on 10, okay? And I mean, it was hurting so bad, but in my head, you know, I was like, okay, I got this, because, you know, during my pregnancy, I was like, I don't want an epidural, like, I just want to go natural, like, I don't want, because me personally, I don't handle medications and things like that well, you know, narcotics, anything like that. So I don't handle strong medications well. So I didn't want any type of medication. So I was like, I'm not going to get an epidural. Like, I'm good. You know, the contractions, though, they started coming. They started going. And then next thing I know, I was like, yeah, I can't do this. Like, I really need to get like an epidural. Like, I needed it. So I actually, you know, I buzzed, you know, the doctor, and I was like, you know, hey, I need an epidural because, yeah, I'm in a lot of pain. So, they did go ahead and, hold on, you may hear my kids in the background.
No, you got my backpack or no?
I'm about to make it.
Okay.
Say
Hi. Hi. Mommy, nobody said hi to me.
hey. That's because I'm recording.
Hi.
I'm about to make it in a minute for you, okay?
Hi.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah. Basically,
Yeah.
can you close the door, please? No? Okay. Hold on. Well, it's alright. You can stay with me. It's not that loud. But anyway, so basically, they came in, they tried to give me the epidural, and the epidural was, they tried to give it to me. They tried to give it to me in my back, but, like, when they tried to give it to me, they kept hitting my nerves. So they tried that at least 2 times, and it was no success. And every time they tried to, like, every time they would hit the nerve, like, my heart rate would go up to, like, I think they said it got to, like, 120 beats per minute. So, you know, they laid me down, they gave me some oxygen, you know, trying to get my heart rate back, you know, at a normal level. So then, you know, the person that was doing the epidural, she was like, you know, would you like to do it a 3rd time? I was like, no, I'm good. So the doctor was telling me, she was like, well, she said, you may need to try to get an epidural because otherwise you may need a C-section. And, well, not a C-section, but she was like, otherwise, you know, if you have to have a C-section, then you will not be able to, like, get anything because it'll be too late. So I was like, well, I mean, I said, I'm just gonna have to deal because I don't want them to keep trying to poke me in my back and they keep hitting the nerve. Like, I don't want anything to happen. So basically, the doctor kept coming in and out, checking, you know, for Roderick's heart rate. And as they were coming in, they saw that his heart rate was dropping. So then basically they told me, like, yeah, we're going to have to take you in for emergency C-section. And at that point, like, I got so scared because, like, I had never had, any type of surgery or anything. I mean, I haven't had anything. Like, the most I've had anything crazy is, like, getting my teeth pulled or something like that. But I had never had anything to where it was, like, anything like that. So it did kind of, like, freak me out because I was like, oh my gosh. I started just, like, thinking. But then, something came over me and was like, it was like a voice spoke to me. Well, it was like God spoke to me and was basically like, I'm here with you and, like, you're good. Like, and, it did give me comfort because I was definitely very, very frightened. But I knew that, God had been with me through my whole pregnancy. So he was going to be right there in the operating room while they, deliver my baby via C-section. So, I did go in for the C-section. They were able to give me a spinal tap. I believe that's what it's called. And the spinal tap is basically, it's kind of like an epidural, but I think, I don't know. They said it's some difference, but I'm not sure that is. But they did give me a spinal tap, and instantly, like everything from the waist down went numb. Like, I mean, and I didn't even feel any contractions anymore. And I was good. So, I did, they did deliver him, and he was born around 1:07 that afternoon. So they did, he got here safely, thank the Lord, because, what I'm saying, you never know when you think about things like that, because I always know that things do happen for a reason, and you never know, what may have happened if I would have, tried to have him vaginally, you never know. So it's just, I'm so appreciative, that he came in the way he did and that he made it here safely. Now he's 5 and thinks he's going on 50 because he thinks he can tell me what to do. Anyway, so then I guess fast forward. So like I said, he got here healthy. So now fast forward to Queen. So with my daughter, Queen, I found out I was pregnant with her when Roderick was about, I'll say when he was about 7 months, almost 8 months. So finding out I was pregnant with her, now that was a whole completely different story, okay? When I found out I was pregnant with her, I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't happy. I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. When I found I was pregnant with her, I was about the same. But when I found out I was pregnant, I was about around this. I think I was around 4 or 5 weeks when I found I was pregnant. But with her, I actually took a pregnancy test, and then the pregnancy test told me it was positive, and I was just like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't happy. Like, all these thoughts started coming to my head, like, okay, my son is only about 7 months, almost 8 months. Like, how am I going to be able to handle another child so soon? Like, he's still like an infant. How am I going to be able to handle that? So, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like, during the pregnancy, I, wasn't that happy. I was a little scared. I was a little nervous. And, when I found out the gender, because I wanted another boy. Once I started to try to come to terms with everything, I was like, you know what, I want another boy because it'd be easier, and I felt it would be easier because I already got boy clothes, left boy clothes from when Roger, when he was younger, so I already have like boy clothes that I could use. So I was just like, that's what I would want to use. So, but then when I went to my appointment to find out the gender and they told me it was a girl, yeah, I was definitely very, very, I don't know, like, I didn't know how to feel about that. And I honestly was very, like, I'm not going to say, like, not happy, but I was just like, what am I going to do with a girl? Like, I can't do hair. Like, I don't know, like, I was like, I don't want to have to deal with the attitudes and deal with, all the different things that come with having a daughter. Once again, I can't do hair. That's what I was thinking. But, at this point, it was like, I just have to get ready. So I started to try to look up, like, different, like, hairstyles on, how to do it and how to maintain hair growth and, how to, how to keep the hair growing, how to keep it moisturized, all of that, different hairstyles that I could do. And, it was a learning process. Like, it was. And even still, like, I'm still learning, like, different things on how to do to her hair. Like, I'm still learning even now. But, so, yeah. So back to when I found out I was pregnant with her, I was just like, oh, wow, like, I'm really having, like, a daughter. So, I basically had to get ready. I had to go, now I had to go get different things, like buy, get girl clothes and, little headbands. And I actually started to get excited because I was like, wow, like I'm gonna kind of have like a mini me, even though both of them look like me, but, or so I've been told. But, yeah, I started to get excited, like I'm gonna have a mini me. But, I mean, with her, I had a scheduled C-section because, I had already had one and, they recommended that I have a scheduled, C-section. So I had a scheduled C-section. So with the scheduled C-section, I'm not going to lie, like, it was a lot better. I'm not going to say better. Like, the recovery process was still, like, really, really difficult, but it was a lot easier, I guess, just because I was like, I knew what to look forward to and I knew I was going to have a C-section again. But it's still like in the back of your head, like you're still a little scared because, there are risks that can come with having a C-section. I mean, there's risks that comes with, having a child, period, So, but I was definitely, a little nervous. But once again, I knew that God would be there with me through it all. And he definitely was, and, made it so that Queen could arrive safely. And I'm truly thankful now, that everything happened the way it did. I'm truly, truly thankful. And that's, and I'm not going to lie, like, as I've been raising them these last few years, I've definitely went through a lot of different things. I have went through depression. And I still am, healing from certain things. And, me going through depression was, definitely a dark place in my life. Going through postpartum depression. And I just, like, wasn't feeling like myself. My hair started falling out. Some days I didn't want to eat. So, this is definitely... me starting this Let's Talk More Mommy is definitely very, very important to me because I feel like as mothers, it's so, like, if we even, like, try to, talk about our emotions or talk about how maybe, being a mother is super hard at times, like, it's looked at as if we're weak or if we're just complaining. But in all honesty, like, being a mother is not easy. Like, it's not easy at all. And, I commend, like, I commend all of the mothers out there. I commend all of them. I'm truly, truly thankful. Like, and that's why I made Let's Talk More Mommy, because I feel like as mothers, we do need to talk more. We need to talk more about our feelings and about the way we're feeling and things that we go through, because it's something that we go through. Like, it's things that we go through. We're human at the end of the day. So, and before we had kids, we were us. We were, our own person, and I know that sometimes when you have children, it seems like having children, you can kind of start to lose yourself, because I definitely started to lose myself and, lose myself as far as, like, not really, I guess, forgetting who I once was and just starting to, like, not feel like myself. So I want, I created this platform because I just wanted to help mothers get back to, finding them and get back to talking more about your feelings, you know, because I know that it's so hard to do. It's so hard to be vulnerable because, you know, we are looked at as very, very strong, superwoman, supermom, whatever. But it's okay to not be okay. Like, it's okay to have your bad days. You know what I'm saying? Like, your feelings, whatever you're feeling, like, you have the right to feel that way, and they're valid. Like, and I've, you know, personally been on both sides of the spectrum. Like, you know, I have been a stay-at-home mom and, you know, also worked and, you know, having to come, you know. So I've been on both sides, and I know that, you know, either way, it can definitely be hard, you know. So I'm so thankful that you watched this video and that you're choosing to come along on this journey. I'm thankful that you're choosing to come along on this journey with me. And like I said, on this channel, I will be doing different videos. I'll be doing videos about, you know, just about different topics, you know, talking about, you know, things that go on in motherhood, life in general, and, you know, just being very vulnerable on some videos. And also, you know, I'll also be doing videos, you know, maybe just like maybe just showing you different things of how I go about my day sometimes. So I'm just so thankful that you decided to watch this video. Thank you for going along this journey with me, because this is a passion I have to help and, you know, speak out to other mothers. So, and I am also in the process of building my blog as well, because I will have a blog as well. But I'm still in the finishing processes of that. But I'm so thankful for all of you out there. Thank you so much for watching and coming to my channel. And like I said, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, you know, and give me your thoughts and your opinions on the video. And I hope you all have a wonderful and great, because by the time you see this, it'll be the weekend. So I hope you have a wonderful, great, and blessed weekend. And love y'all. Bye.